Hello, beautiful muses. Welcome back to Cosmo Muse Tarot and another 5-minute Friday yes, no, maybe question. So this is a reading to come to when you have a question that needs some sort of yes, no type answer, which is sometimes also a maybe, which I think is an important thing to keep open to because it really does tend to show a bit of a need for co-creation and some free will involved in certain things. So a few little housekeeping things that I tend to say before these 5-minute yes no readings is, these are meant to be questions that you already have some sort of involvement in. If you're coming with really unrealistic questions, you may not, have at it, whatever, but you may not get a really succinct, coherent answer if it's about something really just far-fetched or fantastical. They're definitely more meant to dig into things that we're already sort of entangled with. What are some of the other things I say? I knew there was one more thing. So, I label this reading 5-minute Friday because it's, sort of catchy, the alliteration there, and to just capture the essence that these are very quick readings. Typically these go longer than 5 minutes. I try to keep them under 10, but it's very typical that they will go to like 7 minutes, but they're still very, short, succinct, to the point readings, and meant to just help you to get some insight and context around things on your mind that you are looking for some answers and insight around. Okay, that being said, we have 4 piles today. Pile 1, or stone 1, I guess, is Lemurian Quartz, which is this really pretty kind of soft, dusty pink. And then we've got Flower Agate. For pile 2. Pile 3, we have, oh my gosh, it just skipped my brain. These are the same stone, but one is polished and one is raw. Citrine, I believe. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments, but I believe these are both citrine. So pile 3 is sort of a polished kind of palm stone citrine. And pile 4 is also citrine, but in a little bit more of a raw yet pointed form. Okay, so for those of you that like the breath work to help you tap into higher self as well as some inspiration, we'll do that now. So put your feet firmly on the floor, feel the stability and support of the ground beneath you, and then take a deep breath in and suck that up into the space between your eyes. Suck in a little more to add pressure there, and then do an out loud exhale, opening the crown chakra as well as really igniting that third eye space. So if you need time to do a few more of those, or just tune into these stones to see which one draws you in, or if you have your own process, feel free to pause here, and then the timestamps in the descriptions will help you jump straight to whichever one you have chosen. All right, I will see you guys in your readings. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. And if this is you guys, you picked this Lemurian Quartz. And just a quick intuitive hit I got from this that doesn't relate to the yes or no, but may help you to determine if this is your pile, is I kind of got but it's like there's something you're hurrying through about this question, that if you can kind of pause for a moment and look at this from a couple of different angles, you're going to see that there's a lot more beauty, a lot more clarity and beauty behind the foundations of this question. Okay, so that being said, let's jump into the tarot first to see if we can tease out a yes or no, or see if it's more of a maybe coming through here. So 10 of voices. Yeah, I did feel sort of like this impatience initially, kind of a franticness. Knight of inspirations. 9 of inspirations, or inspiration. I'm more inclined to say that this is a no, but because this really exciting Knight card showed up, I'm going to put it into the maybe category. I do think there's something associated with this question you're needing to put to bed, that you're needing to let go of, but not in, it's like there's some sort of lesson and expanded perspective to be gained by whatever this question is associated with. And maybe that's where the way you're looking at things right now about this question are like, it's bringing up a lot of associated anxiety in you and kind of having hit a wall. But if you can start to detach from this and take some time to reflect upon whatever you've been through, and I do feel like whatever this question relates to for you, it's kind of connected to some sort of bigger journey you've been on, and maybe that's where you're needing to connect where you're at with this question and see the bigger picture of what it's a part of, how big of some sort of journey it's a part of. It's not so singular in itself. It's a piece of a journey where a lot of things have accumulatively led up to this point. And what I'm feeling about that is if you can look at it with a bigger lens, and if you can do a little bit of reflection here, you're going to be able to let go of some anxiety here. And where the maybe comes in for me is sort of like you have some aspect of free will here to continue down this journey, but it's going to take a lot of courage, a lot of energy, and more journey type trials where you have failures and successes and whatnot. There's a lot of words that are not really willing to come out of my mouth for whatever reason. It's like my throat keeps stopping me from saying things I want to say. And so I'm reticent to try and dig too far into this for some reason, which makes me think that maybe there's time. You need some time to just sit in the reflection, and then you'll know the yes or no. And I think that the yes or no is going to depend on how much energy you have left to give to this, because it's a big road ahead is what I feel. You've been on a big road behind leading to wherever this question sits. And if you were to go forward with it, there's a big road ahead as well. And so if you're just kind of done once you sit with this and reflect and realize like maybe this is just too much mental stress and physical stress even, I think you can choose to let go. But if you feel like you have a lot of fire and a lot of energy and a lot of willingness to persevere and follow through, then you can take this forward. But it's up to you to check on your well-being and what you have the energy for. So that's where the maybe is here. A little bit up to you, but it will require, whether you come to that yes or no yourself, some time to reflect upon what this question has brought into your life. Okay, let's get some context from the astrology card. Solar flare, Cancer with immerse, 10th house with authority. Yeah, I'm going back to self-care here, well-being. There is a lot of, if you do take this forward, it can bring you some worldly success, but it's going to take a lot of energy and a lot of perseverance. And so you really need to get in touch with your soul. And if this isn't something you care so much about anymore, like on a deep soul level, like it's not aligned anymore, or it's creating too much anxiety in your life, your priority needs to be your well-being, not this success. But if you do feel energy here and you do still feel very aligned with what this question is associated with, and it feels like part of your soul, and you feel like it's some sort of connected to taking care of yourself, is to follow through with this or continue on with this, yeah, you can reach some sort of status with this, whatever it is. Okay, let's look at some oracle cards. Saharara, which I believe is, I always forget it. Yeah, it's the crown chakra. I think you can pose a question out to the universe to get signs back. If you need some extra signs beyond what your mind and intuition is able to decipher right now, if you're just too tired to figure this out for yourself, look for those signs. The universe is very willing to help give you those signs of what's right and aligned for you, and some guidance here. So put that out to the universe and watch for synchronicities and downloads and sort of divinely orchestrated type of messages. It could come in any of those forms. Okay, and then a few tea leaves associated with this. Get back to the basics. Yeah, I do think you need some rest here. I think you need to, there's been a lot of complexity around this. It's time to declutter, really get down to kind of your soul level of what's needed and wanted and where you feel aligned and connected. And then vase, secret admirer. That's beautiful. So maybe some just beautiful anonymous help coming through here, and maybe secret admirer is like a spirit guide, or also connected with this 10th house. Maybe there's someone that holds some keys for you and some advice for you or some guidance for you that already sits in a position that you're admiring of, and they secretly admire you, and there might be some synergy there if you were to go forward. And I think for a lot of you it's looking at that purple, and this purple, here, I'll hold this up so you can see it better. Yeah, I think you might have a spirit guide that's kind of coming forward right now that's a deep admirer of yours. Not that most of our spirit guides are, I would imagine, somewhat admirers of ours, but one in particular kind of feels important. So that's where I'm going to leave you guys. I hope this is helpful and gives you some sort of insight at least. And if this resonates, I always appreciate, the little thumbs up and comments and subscriptions. And I hope to see you in more readings in the future. See you guys. Hello, beautiful pile 2. Welcome to your yes, no, maybe reading. You guys picked the flower agate, and just like a quick intuitive hit I got from this stone while picking your cards was just there was like a lot of simplicity and childlike joy around this. So there's something, this doesn't relate to the yes, no, but might help you identify if you're, feeling like this is the right pile for you. But something about keeping things simple around this question. Easy, simple. Okay, we are going to use the tarot now to see if we can tease out that yes, no quality. So 8 of Cups, 2 of Inspiration, and Ace of Emotions. Okay, so what I'm getting here is a little bit off kilter from exact yes, no, maybe. I'm seeing a bit of a journey here, and it might be up to you to decipher for yourself if this is a yes, no based on what I say here, and it will kind of depend where your question falls. So I'm seeing that there's a progression that's about to take place in your life where it is time to be walking away from something, and I think you already know this. So some of you, your question may be, is this thing about to end, or should I end this? Yes, whatever there's questions about, if there's something you should walk away from, the answer to that is yes. If you kind of already know that and you've already taken steps to walk away from something, what's coming up next is really this moment of really having clear horizons to kind of scan and find some sort of new path, new passion, new impulse within you. And you will find that. And this is all dependent on you first taking steps away from something else. So if your question is about if something new is about to come in, that's a yes. If it's about if you should walk away from something or not walk away from something, the answer is it's time to walk away from whatever this is and declutter, clarify spaces and emotions for this, to be able to see and get in touch with a new impulse and something new that really touches your heart on a soul level. That's what you're going to find. And you will find like a connection to your own heartbeat, your own feelings of desire and feelings of being really true to yourself coming through. So I hope that it's not like a straightforward yes, no. It sort of depends on what your question is, but I hope how I talked about this clarifies something for you. And I love this like childlike, simple, easy joy coming in here, and that feels like sort of what you need in order to reach this place of like finding that new pure impulse that really connects to you emotionally. Okay, let's look at some astrology to get some context. We've got Pluto, rebirth. Yeah, this is a rebirth. Whatever is this, your question's about, there's some association with rebirth about to happen. 11th house with community and progression's journey. Yeah, we've already talked about the journey here, the progression. So the 11th house community aspect, I think that could have some association with what it's time to walk away from. Maybe there's an industry, a collaboration, some sort of group association, certain friendships. There is time to anything that doesn't feel solid or aligned anymore. It's time to let that go, let some complexity go, really simplify and get in touch with a new impulse, a new your centering, spending a little more time with yourself to find your center, your impulse, what you want for you. Okay, let's look at a few oracle cards. So you guys have Ajna, and this is all about getting in touch with your intuition as well as doing some inner child work. Really going back to these recalls of what lit you up as a child. What were like the simplest, most clear, authentic things you can revisit about your childhood that are so core and essential to you that you need to get back to and plug into in order to feel that ease and simplicity and joy and just an openness to being true to you and what you need. Okay, you guys ended up getting, I usually do 2 tea leaves with these, but 3 popped out, so I just took them all. So see what we've got. Gavel, involvement with the law. Crown, honor and respect will come to you. And tree, affairs with your family. Yeah, if any of these connect to you specifically, run with that. I'll just dive into what comes up for me, but go with what feels, if you have your own associations, go with those instead. To me, there may have, whatever's going on with this question, there may have been, I don't want to say literally the law here, but there may have been some sort of judgment or breaking point where there was like a clear moment of decision that sort of forced you or will force you to reestablish the balance in your life. And through doing that, honor and respect will come to you. And I think that's you honoring and respecting yourself for standing up for yourself, for reestablishing the balance you need and connecting to what is authentic in you and right for you. And then affairs with your family, I want to say that could be going back into, as we talked about, like inner child work and what were those, try to recall a lot of, not everyone has had the best family situation, hence inner child memories with family, but try to go back to the time that you felt as a child the most secure and supported, and what that brought out in you as some sort of like your essence inner child. There's some sort of roots in family support. This is asking you to review. So that is where I'm going to leave you guys. I hope this helped you. I know it wasn't a straightforward yes, no, maybe, but there was just a journey to be able to see here, and through that journey, deciphering for yourself what your yes, no needs to be. So anyway, I hope this was resonant, and if so, I always appreciate little thumbs up, comments, subscriptions, and I hope to see you guys in more readings. All right, see ya. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your Yes, No, Maybe reading. You guys picked the kind of smoothed out palm stone of Citrine, and a quick intuitive hit I got from your stone as I was choosing your cards was that you are, I feel like you have a much better clarity and calmness and sense of the answer here than the cards could provide, but I think that you'll just get sort of confirmation and some nice mirroring back to you how kind of just solid and smoothed out and calm and deeply intuitive your capacity is around whatever this question pertains to. So this doesn't have to do with the yes, no, it's just sort of a little intuitive hit to maybe help you determine if this is in fact your correct pile. Okay, we are going to jump into the tarot cards to see if we can tease out a yes or a no. So we've got Death. This is such a beautiful Death card. I'll hold it up for you guys. Moth and spider webs and anyway, okay. Knight of Materials, beautiful, and Nine of Emotions. Yeah, I'm going to say this is a yes. I'm going to say you've been through some deep transformations in your life, and you've really, I mean, literally going back to the stone, I think that you have smoothed out any rough edges, any kinks, or something. You've deeply refined and gotten into a very calm, sure, mature, powerful place with whatever this question pertains to. And I just see things going forward from here with swiftness and potential to bring in resources and a daring around that. Maybe whatever this question pertains to, you've played small or held yourself back from the kind of material reward this can bring in, and it's sort of like however you've transformed lately and are rebirthing lately, it's like you finally feel empowered to charge forward in a little bit more of a material way, but not in like an exploitative way, in this way of just like you're just so understanding now of what it is that you possess and should be sharing and is needed of you, like a calling, and that you should be rewarded for this calling, and that yes, in fact, whatever this calling is about, you've fully stepped into your power here and are really ready to stand strong in this, and confident and convicted, and it's like you have all the tools you need and you know how to use your tools. You've just like really come into a mastery here, and I just see things progressing really quickly now in a positive material direction for you, because you are finally realizing your value and ready to stand in your value. Okay, let's get some context from the astrology cards. Sun and Source, 12th house, introspection, and transits, climate. Yeah, to me, it's like you're coming into your quality of light really beautiful, and it's a very and it may be all of these things, but I'm going to name a few ways that light may shine in the world or through you, is like ability with healing, ability with the arts, ability with very complex institutional settings, so hospitals, government, prison systems, any, like really huge institutional setting. There's ability to really handle complexity with wisdom and patience, and just a deep ability to work with complexity and chaos. And some of you, it may be more of an artistic or spiritual, like healing type thing. And yeah, it's like things are finally, like the stars are finally aligned The climate is finally right in the outer world for whatever it is that you have to offer, to really, really be received in the world, and to really kind of give you that leg up, and just, yeah, like a climate, a timing for you to be able to step out in your light and really be seen and feel confident in being seen. Okay, let's look at some oracle cards here. Anahata, so this is the heart chakra. Yeah, it's like you're letting your heart lead you. Your heart is wide open. Your heart is ready to both give and receive. And yeah, it's just leading to a very authentic command and courage and leadership within you, confidence coming through you. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, a couple tea leaves to end. Older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. And parrot, someone will gossip about all your secrets. Yeah, when we get into these complex areas, there are shadows that go on. But I feel like this is showing just how much you're ready to stand in your power, that like, I just don't even think you care. Sometimes when we do find our power and people aren't used to seeing that from us, it can really spark some resistance, and you get to see who really supports you in life. And maybe some people are showing their true colors of how they are willing to accept you in the world. And I think that you're just like, they're like mosquitoes to you now. Like, you know, if you're not ready to support me in my power, I'm just gonna flick you away. And I just don't think you care. I don't think you care, but I think this is showing that there are some people around you as you step into whatever power feels just confident in you suddenly. You're just, yeah, it's like, if you're not here to support me the way I've supported you, you can get lost. I don't have space or energy for that in my life. And that may create even more gossip or whatever, but this feels very outside to me. Just like, yeah, done. Do what you will. I could care less. Like, it really doesn't hurt me because I know what I'm made of and I know what I have to offer. So anything you say or gossip about or secrets you think you have, I'll overcome those because I know within me. And then older woman, this may be, a supportive family member. It feels like a supportive person to me. I don't, for whatever reason, I don't feel it associated here. I feel it associated with this heart energy. Someone who's really supportive, someone who's wise, who's maybe been through and stood where you're about to stand, and is probably has some wisdom and support to offer you. Or maybe this is you stepping into your sageness, into your elder quality as well, whatever resonates to you. Okay, beautiful reading. I hope this resonated. If so, I always appreciate thumbs up, little comments, and of course subscriptions. And I hope to see you guys in more readings. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to your Yes, No, Maybe reading. You guys picked this somewhat raw but also pointed citrine. And just a quick intuitive hit I got off of this that doesn't necessarily have to do with the yes, no, but helps you to determine possibly if you feel like you're at the right reading for your question. And what I was picking up is there's something just like really bright and unique kind of coming out of you right now that feels very alive and electric and brilliant, like you've had this aha about some amazing future possibility, or some philosophy is kind of downloaded into you that's really lighting you up, but some sort of your genius is kind of awakened around something having to do with this question. Okay, let's look at the tarot cards to see if we can tease out a yes or a no. 10 of Emotions, the Emperor, and the Priestess. This is definitely a yes. Beautiful. Yeah, all the things happening here. You're coming into whatever this question pertains to, you're coming into this deep kind of spiritual unfolding of really knowing how to compose and orchestrate something around this question. But being able to, because sometimes that kind of composing type energy is a little bit high vibe, and sometimes high vibe things have a difficulty anchoring in and manifesting in the physical world. But it's like you're able to do all of that high vibe stuff, and then you're able to, with something about this question, really, really bring it down to earth and actually like manifest and create some order and some charisma and some leadership potential around this. And within all of that, you are just deeply also connected to your intuition, to the soul of things, and to sort of more psychic premonitions, like deeply spiritual insights here. So it's very, very powerful energy going on here. And I was very skeptical that we would get as brilliant of cards as what I felt from this stone as I was going through the selection process. But wow, we did. It came through. It's just such dynamic energy here. Really like intimate inner knowing, intimate cosmic connection to this orchestration energy and compassion, and then deeply powerful, assertive leadership and anchoring in type of energy going on here. So whatever this question pertains to, it's a really big yes, and really big power here. Okay, let's look at some astrology cards. You've got Mars and Motion, Mercury and Message, and Pallas Athena with Think. And this mirrors so much of what we see above. Like, you are ready to step into action and motion with this. You're ready to show the intelligence and really connect things here. And there's deep intuitive wisdom, deep compassionate, empathic abilities in your strategizing. You're not just strategizing for your own personal gain. It's like in order to affect culture and civilization and really do good with your strategizing abilities. So, really gorgeous energy going on here. Okay, some oracle cards. We've got Dormant. And, this card to me immediately plugs into the Priestess with that kind of third eye quality up here. And what I want to say is with this yes, you've either gone through a deep period of contemplation and really entering into deep conversation with your intuition and learning how to trust your intuition, or you're about to do that. So this yes is hinged on your having and willingness to really go deeply into yourself and into your intuition, and really listening to your knowing, not any chatter around you or confusion around you, because there probably is some very big, complex energy around this question. And so it does take that being able to go within where there's more stillness and connect to that knowing you already have. So there's something important and key about that with your yes. Okay, a few little tea leaves. Torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Yeah, I just think something's happened. It's like you've downloaded something, or you've had this like sudden awakening, deep insight. It's like something suddenly clicked, and it's just like connected certain wiring within you that sees things in a much more brilliant way now. And your genius, your personal genius, is being lit up. Caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Yeah, and that dormant, this kind of touches into the dormant card. I think that's where you've been. You've been deeply within. You've been working on intuition and inner knowing. And it's taken a period of dormancy in order to do that work and to go within. It's like a winter phase. But spring is right on the cusp, and things are about to really come out of you in a visible, amazing, powerful way. And this genius that's kind of been wiring within you is ready to kind of show itself and take its place in the world and really push things into motion and really push you into a really exciting kind of place in the world, path in the world at least. All right, beautiful. So this is where I'm going to leave you guys. If this resonated, I always appreciate the things, thumbs up, comments, subscriptions, and I hope to see you in more readings in the future.